So a lot of people are asking, Mike, what do you think about the Atlanta Falcons' possible new head coach? What do you think about hiring Joe Brady? What do you think about Mike McCarthy? What do you think about Mike Tomlin? And I'm telling you right now, I'm not talking about it until these two son of bitches are off of this team. When I know for sure that the Atlanta Falcons organization will not be manipulated by these two a-holes on the team. So let's take a trip down memory lane, Falcons fans. We're going to go back to Mike Smith days. When you're talking about Mike Smith, the Atlanta Falcons, one of the best coaches in the franchise history. He's had the best run as far as winning seasons are concerned. It's obviously Mike Smith. Okay, he's that guy. Do we love Jerry Glanville? Absolutely. Do some people have love for Dan Quinn? Absolutely. Getting us to a Super Bowl. Do we have a love and an admiration for Dan Reeves, who gave us Mike Vick? He gave us a Super Bowl. Absolutely. We have so many guys, whether it's Terrence Matthews, Jamal Anderson, Chuck Smith, all those guys, Jesse Tuggle, Ray Buchanan, all of these guys that have been a part of this organization, and we think and we look at guys like a Dan Reeves for giving us exactly that. Those guys are giving us a lot of great moments. When you look at these two assholes and Raheem Morris, and I can't believe I'm even saying his name because I don't even want to say his fucking name because it's been so disgraceful. All of the guys that have been responsible for some of the greatest defenses of all time. You talking about Rex Ryan. This has one of the greatest runs that you can see at building defenses. This is what he does. He builds great defenses. When you look at Rex Ryan, has he had a quarterback, a consistent quarterback? Absolutely not. Has he had a great quarterback? Absolutely not. Has he had some of the greatest offensive coordinators? Absolutely not. So when you tell me, when you look at guys like Rex Ryan, you look at guys like Bill Belichick, you see the resume, let's just say everything is as far as Bill Belichick is concerned, let's just say he didn't win those Super Bowl. Are we just going to itch out and scratch out the Patriot years? You look at Cleveland, built a damn good defense there. You look at his days in New York. He was one of the architects, if not the architect, for a lot of things that was drawn up by the greatest defensive player of all time in Lawrence Taylor. He was the architect behind all of that. And guess what? Some of the greatest, we literally had a guy that come into the Atlanta Falcons office and interview who won the national championship at Michigan. Guess what we do? We pass up on that. So you look at three guys that are responsible for some of the greatest defenses of all time and some of the greatest moments of all time. We passed up on them for Raheem Morris. For a guy that's done nothing in his life. As far as football is concerned, he's done nothing. He's not responsible for any great defense, any great offense. He's not responsible for any of that. We hired this guy. You look at Rich McKay. He's not responsible for creating anything great. And we're taking this guy's word for it to say, yep, we're not going to hire Ben Johnson. We're not going to hire Rex Ryan. Time and time again, we've looked at this guy year after year and said he has our best interests at heart, when all we've done with Rich McKay has been an absolute pathetic mess. So I say all this to say that we look at Rich McKay and Raheem Morris and why Mad Mike, why Six Man K-Stars, why the people at Mad Mike Sports, the Heavy Hitters, the Unholy Alliance, everybody affiliated with us, why we don't do, well, we're not doing any of this, is because, let's be honest, you cannot trust Rich McKay. Look at this face. Does it look like a guy that you can trust? I'm just going to be real. He just doesn't look like a guy I can trust. After the interview, the radio interview, when he stumbled and stuttered all over his words, what's there? Okay, what's there to be believed after listening to that? You're responsible. You are the one who brought Raheem Morris in. Let's make no mistake about it. Yeah, you look, let's keep it real. What Rich McKay did with one guy. What Rich McKay did with who? Terry Fontenot. Yeah, he went in the office and got Terry Fontenot. If these stories are true, that Rich McKay and Terry Fontenot was the one that brought in, that said that Raheem Morris was ready for a position. They thought he was ready, and they talked Mr. Blank out of it. This is the crazy part. If that was the case, we know that this guy cannot be trusted. We know that this guy could be trusted. So for me to pretend like I'm going to get a new head coach or even think about getting a head coach, I'm not buying it for one bit. And I'm not buying it until these two guys, one of these two guys, are gone. The Atlanta Falcons, I refuse to do anything. I refuse to do anything in regards to head coaching, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. The Falcons have to get rid of Raheem Morris. But before they get rid of Raheem Morris, it needs to be addressed that Rich McKay is no longer involved in day-to-day operations in regards to, because every great coach that we passed, and all of these guys are going off to better things. And what the Atlanta Falcons, they're losing. Haven't been to the play, 8 years? Going on 8 years. That's pathetic. So I refuse to do any head coach. I'm not doing any videos on any head coach until this some of the bitches, if not both of them, are done. So that right there, my friends, until these guys are gone, we will not be talking about head coach. Ain't happening.